I thought I'd do a quick little garden tour because I haven't really done one this year. But things are growing pretty slow at first, so hardly anything to see, but here we go. So over here I got some sage growing. You can barely see it because I planted some bush beans in around it. So I wanted this part of this bed to be perennial herbs. I just planted tomatoes in that spot. I got some dill, more tomatoes over here. Once the tomatoes got a hold, they did all right. So they rooted up and they're taking off. I've got the garlic. And I did this Florida weave thing on the back, but I planted some pole beans and the bunnies raided them. I had some vine tomatoes and some of them died. Some of them lived, we'll see. I got some cucumbers in there now. And these buckets are peppers, but they're just starting to take off now, you can tell. Over here, I just added a whole, because I had so many sunflowers. I just put this board here and planted like 20 in there. So we'll see what they look like in a couple of months. Then over here, I planted more. Now in between, I wanted to plant corn. But I get shade here, and you see that there's no shade over there. It gets more light than that one. But they'll come in. They'll just take a little longer. Because I wanted to build like a corn hedge. Because it's just, I don't want to cut the grass over there. I should have done one there too, but I guess I'll know next year. I'll get more sun in that spot. I put squash plants back there. They're doing not too bad, but they're... And then I have this, I put this other trellis in here. But, I tried planting pole beans in the ground here. And it's every time they come up, the rabbits just walk through here and nibble whatever. That's all they go for. I'm telling you. And this is what it looks like when they nibble it off. There's one right here. They just come along and they nibble off that main thing. But sometimes they'll start going back, which is weird because the scarlet runners, like, they just decimate them. I don't know what the hell I'm going to do, but I'm going to do something soon. So I put a bucket there, a raised bucket here, a raised bucket here. I put him in pails over there, but he managed to get up there and nip those ones off. Because I want this thing covered in vines. Freaking bunny's really pissing me off. There's that. This bed. We got a whole whack of corn in here. Here's my other vine little trellis structure. You notice I got these buckets all up high and over here. So he doesn't get to these ones. Just too much effort, I guess. That little bit of height, he just doesn't bother. Of course, he could jump up here. I've seen him jump up. This is my, because this whole thing will be covered in vines. And then I got this whole line of the buckets, peppers. They're just starting to come. Yeah, they were dormant for a good 3 weeks. They barely do anything. And then as soon as the heat comes, then they start to grow. So I got my vine tomatoes in the back. I had a bunch of vines in these things, but They did really good the first year, but they're not doing so great now. Because I have kind of it elevated. Even if I keep them wet, it's not that doing so well. So hopefully these vine tomatoes grow up. We got the over here. I got asparagus. I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 pots. So what I want to do is just keep the roots, because it's the roots, right? You can plant crowns. So what I'm thinking is, if I do a few pots of asparagus every year, I could harvest the crowns or leave them in the pots. I'm not really sure what I'm going to do yet. And then I got this other trellis for beans, for pole beans. I had to do the same thing. I got to put the pots on up high, and they won't get into them. But see, he could jump. He'll jump on these ones. I've seen him. He'll jump on this lower pot and then jump into that pot. And if he can get up in there, he'll jump into that pot. So, like, he already decimated. And in this little spot, I had to block it because he came in here. He chewed up all my. I had little bush beans planted on this side. I had pole beans on that side. Cucumbers. So, but that fence, that's all it took. I picked up a grapevine. So that's right in that corner. So hopefully it'll cover this whole area in a couple of years. All right, like this will be all vines, right? So I got still a bit of a mess around here. And yeah, I was really worried about these eggplants because these were the ones that were very highly prolific. And I started them in the winter, and then they just kind of, I don't know, didn't do so well. More vines. The vines in here are all growing up. The peppers over here. So all these peppers are doing pretty good. These I planted really late, like literally maybe 2 weeks ago. But those ones are doing good. Sweet potatoes are in there. I got sweet potatoes in here. So yeah, that's it. Another big pot full of vines. The scarlet runners. See, they're beautiful. They're already starting to. Got more stuff. Still stuff I haven't planted out. In my thyme, that came out well. I got vines growing everywhere. I like it like that. And I got another sweet potato. I just cut these clippings off, and they're rooting up. And I cut those off the plants that were doing well, and I started another one, which I'll probably plant some of them maybe today. But yeah, my sweet potato luck was not so good this year for my early starting. But they might be small, but I'll still get some anyway. Well, that's it. My first garden walkthrough.